Welcome back to Daytime Ottawa here on Rogers TV. I am so excited because November 14th, it is back. Dreams Take Flight Ottawa. As you can imagine, like many other things over the pandemic, could not have this amazing event available to some just incredible kids. I am joined by Lily Grudzien. She is the Director of Media Communications with Dreams Take Flight. Great to see you.
It's great to be seen. Thank you.
It's been, what, 24 hours since we last saw each other?
Yeah, about
pretty
that.
much,
I think
right?
So, yeah.
Let's talk. I mean, this idea has been going on for quite some time. So for people that aren't familiar, Lily, tell us a little bit about Dreams Take Flight and what the mission is.
So Dreams Take Flight, the mission is to bring kids on the trip of a lifetime, kids who are socially, economically, or physically challenged, and also criteria that they could never have been to a Disney park in the past.
Right.
And so this was started years ago by a group of Air Canada employees that wanted to change the lives of kids. And so fast forward to today, and we are now 8 chapters across Canada in various cities. So we have Vancouver, we have Winnipeg, Edmonton, Calgary, we have Toronto, Montreal, Ottawa, obviously, and Atlantic. And so this is, we've been doing this since, I think it was about 89.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And I told you, I think the last time I did it was about 10 years ago. The experience is incredible. Tell everybody at home what that experience is like, Lily, for these children.
Well, I mean, without sounding too cliche, it is very magical.
Yeah.
It is, it's life-changing. I mean, we see the kids arriving. It's a 24-hour trip. Like, that's really what it is. It's one day at Disney. And so from the time the kids arrive at the hangar, they are a little bit guarded, a little bit on the shyer side, I would say, reserved.
Right.
And then the second that the hangar doors open to see the aircraft, you see the visible change in the kids. And then when you're with them throughout the park on the day, it's just incredible to see the physical change, to see them, the spark in their eyes, and to see them experience the magic of Disney and really what it's like to be a kid.
Apologies for the dog. I mean, they're adorable. I mean, who doesn't love dogs? How and why did you get involved?
I got involved because a couple of my friends were already involved as well, and I heard about it. I had never been to Disney World before, having started with the charity, so that's the first time that I was able to go to Disney World, was to see the magic through the kids' eyes themselves. And I've been lucky to be a director for almost going on 10 years now. So yeah.
This is obviously there's the costs involved here. So
Yes.
as far as funding goes, where does the funding come from?
Our funding comes from gifts in kind, comes from our biggest sponsor is the Air Canada Foundation, who fund the aircraft for the day. Our funding comes from fundraising efforts as well that we do as a chapter. They come from donors, generous donors within the area that hear about us. And so we try and pull everything together. Our charity is 100% volunteer run, so all of the funds that we do raise go to the kids to benefit them for the day of.
As far as applying, like if there's a family out there now and they're listening in, they said, you know, this is an opportunity I would love to get my child involved in. What's the application process like?
So we work with different agencies actually that nominate the kids. It's based on a nomination process, and so there's a slew of criteria that have to be met. And so we work with, for example, CHIO, we work with Boys and Girls Club, school boards, that kind of thing. So it's based on a nomination for the kids to be able to take part in Flight Day.
Right. Obviously, safety is paramount. There are chaperones, volunteers. I think the amazing news is you have a waiting list of volunteers that, are basically backup volunteers, right? Just in case, somebody may get ill and not be able to make it, or, it's maybe an emergency in the family. What is it like? How many volunteers per kid? Does it depend on the type of challenge that perhaps the child has?
So it depends. So
Okay.
the more the more physical challenges that a child would have, we do welcome personal assistance as well for the child on board the flight, and so they're helped by an individual that is part of their lives to be able to come with them and help them throughout the day on flight.
Right.
We used to have, it was 3 chaperones per 6 children in the park. We've upped that now. It'll be 4 chaperones to various levels of kids, so anywhere between 3 and 6 kids per group.
Yeah, and it's amazing how well organized it is too, right? Some children are on medication. So yesterday we were at the Canadian Aviation and Space Museum and had a chance to talk to the doctor, right? Like Dr. Jen will be there. We've got medical staff that are available. available. So the day of, communicating between all the leaders and so forth, how does that work?
It's honestly, it's very fluid. I've been part of the charities for 10 years, and we have an excellent team of volunteers. We have volunteers that come with us on flight day. We have volunteers that stay on the ground. We have our executive team and directors that try and ensure communication through everyone throughout the park throughout the day. Radios, cell phones, that kind of thing, and you're bound to run into a group here and there as you're going through the park as well. But it's all with the volunteers, so we work very diligently with each other to be able to maintain our presence in the park safely and securely.
So it's 24 hours. The day begins at what time, and when walk me through the entire. I mean, I know what it is, but for everybody at home.
Well, to re-prep you for the next time that you're going to be on with us on November 14th, we start our day at the hangar at 2 o'clock in the morning for the volunteers. The kids are to arrive shortly after, but sometimes the kids are so excited they beat us to the hangar. So there's that. And then we look at leaving between 5 and 5:30 from the hangar on the aircraft. That's a chartered aircraft for us only. We arrive in Orlando between 8 and 8:30, and we are in the park between 9 and 9:30. Spend the whole day there. We'll be leaving this year around 6 o'clock. And then we arrive in Ottawa around midnight. So it is truly just shy of a 24-hour day.
You have a Trunk or Treats for Dreams coming up at the Giant Tiger location on Walkley Road. That's coming up this Sunday. What can people expect at the event?
Derek, I'm so excited for this event. So it is our biggest event this year, Trunk or Treat for Dreams. It is a trunk or treat event, which means that in lieu of going from house to house to trick or treat, the kids will be going from trunk to trunk. And our trunks, yes. So it's excellent from the mobility reduced, anyone with scooters, anyone with strollers, wheelchairs as well, like welcome everybody. It is, our trunks are hosted by the community partners in the area, so local Ottawa businesses, law enforcement agencies, our first responders. We'll be having all of the candy supplied by Giant Tiger, our wonderful friends who are helping us put on the event.
And Rogers Media will be there as well.
That's
I know
right.
Kiss FM and Shay will be there.
That's right.
Rogers TV as well. Lily, thanks so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you on November 14th. We'll be back with more right after this. Don't go anywhere.